as an elective apart from basic courses like operations management. Then we have Kedareshwaran Subramaniam. So another Kedar in TAPME. So Kedareshwaran Subramaniam is in the area of IT and analytics. He teaches relevant courses in the first year as well as some elective courses in the IT analytics area. He is currently pursuing his PhD from MAHE. We have Professor Raghunath Rudran, the senior most faculty of our area. Not only that, he holds an important position at TAPME, Dean Research, and you will be meeting him more often, interacting in the first year courses as well as couple of electives in the second year in operations domain. Next is Professor Shayan Mukherjee. Shayan is an FPM from XLRI, and he is assistant professor currently. He has recently joined, and he is dealing with operation research courses in the first year. Next, we have Colonel Sudhindra. So he is PhD from IIT Madras as well as professor at TFI Management Institute. He will be dealing with statistics related courses as well as a couple of electives like game theory, very interesting course in second year. Well, due to unavoidable circumstances, couple of our colleagues are absent. Their names are Professor Shyam Shetty, who is also chair as a student affairs. You will be meeting him more often, who is also pursuing a PhD with MAHE, and Professor Vasant Kamath. He is an assistant professor, and his specialty is system dynamics. So that's all. So I wanted to keep it crisp. When it comes to work, we believe in more execution than talk. So guys, I think message is clear. Thank you.
Thank you, sir.
So you all must have gone through a lot of rounds of interviews, group discussions, writing analysis tests, and with an average work experience of 24 months, you all must have had a lot of interviews. So any guesses which department I'm talking about? Yes, the Human Resource Department. The area chair of the Human Resource Department is Professor Animesh Bahadur.
All of you from the HR, OB, and communications area. May I request my colleagues to join us on the stage? I also request the faculty colleagues from strategy area who are teaching in HR. So, you already get the message. People have their silos, HR doesn't have a silo. We co-opt people from other departments. So that's the first lesson in HR. We are open. And yes, as we gather here, we just don't believe in diversity, we express diversity just to show you a snapshot of diversity of this area. All those slogans of Assam se Maharashtra tak, you see that. And Himachal se Kerala tak. So, just to give a snapshot, we are 10 of us who are core faculty. 3 of our faculty from strategic area are supporting us, and we have 1 adjunct faculty. Adjunct faculty is somebody who for all practical purposes is on the rolls, will be there, but is not there regularly on the campus. So 11 of us plus 3 from strategy. So I'll go ahead with the introductions. So first, it's in alphabetical order. So first comes Professor Amit Srivastava, who's the area chair of strategy. He will be introducing his area in some time. He will be teaching a course related to strategic HR, which comes for the HR, PGDM HR students. Then we have Professor Aparna Bhatt. Professor Aparna Bhatt will be teaching you communication related courses, which is common to all the 3 courses. She and Professor Vidya will be teaching all the sections. They have divided the sections accordingly, horizontally. So there is a course in first term as well as third term where they will be teaching you. Professor Aparna is a very avid reader. She writes reading fiction as well as non-fiction. She has a lot of interest in Indian classical music also. I forgot to mention, Professor Amit Srivastava has a lot of interest in poetry. And he's a very good reciter. Going in the alphabetical order only, we have Professor Dayashankar Maurya, whose core area is strategy and business policy only. But he will be teaching you course related to organizational design and structure in term 2 for PGDM students. So Professor Dayashankar Maurya is a PhD from NUS. He has worked a lot on health policy. He also has a very interesting sense of humor. When I asked him, what is your hobby? So he said, sir, my basic hobby is cooking. So now, moving forward, Professor Happy Paul, happiness on his face, you can see him. Representing Himachal. He did his PhD from IIT Roorkee, has a lot of interest in what we call positive psychology. That is, don't just treat employees or people around you as just cogs in the wheel, make them happy. That's what he works on. Professor Happy is currently the chair of something we have been touting about continuously. You must have heard in the initiation meet, whoever was there, LADC. We have Dr. TMA Pai, Leadership Assessment and Development Center, so he's in charge. So he'll be interacting more with you in the coming days about the advisories, the tests, and other things related to this particular entity. Then we have Professor Preeti Tiwari. Again, her core area is strategy, so she will be introduced in further detail a little later. She'll be teaching you courses related to leadership in the second year. Professor Preeti Tiwari is a traveler. She also writes reading, and she's into sports. Sorry, I forgot to mention, Professor Happy plays cricket and is a very good table tennis player also. Professor Happy also has a lot of interest in watching movies. Okay. Now, coming to Professor Ritu Gupta. Professor Ritu Gupta is in the core HR area. She has a lot of technical subjects to teach, and she's very good at that. I mean, anytime I have any doubt about what is analytics, what is HR analytics, what is how to understand it, I always go back to her. And believe me, 15 minutes with her, all my doubts, everything is clear. And she has a PhD, she has published very well. In addition, she has two hobbies. She loves to travel, and she has a small kid. She loves running behind the kid. Professor Rupa Gupta, FPM from IIM Indore. Professor Rupa Gupta has almost 6 or 7 years of experience. He also works in the area of creativity and innovation. He'll be teaching you courses related to organizational behavior, which comes in the term 1 itself for PGDM. He will also be teaching you HRM related courses, which come in term 3. He is a very avid cricket watcher and cricket player. He loves watching historical movies. Comes with 20 plus years of experience. He was previously with Amrita School and before that with Exime Bhubaneswar. He is in the area of industrial relations, so a lot of technical and legal courses will be taught by him. He loves to watch movies. He is a very keen enthusiast on music also. Professor Senthil in the past has been the chair of the HR program, and he has been very closely associated with us in developing this program. Professor Shruti Mayur, just like Professor Gururaj, alumna of this institute, she'll be teaching you courses related to organizational behavior as well as HRM throughout the year. So a lot of PGDM courses, a lot of sections will be taught by her. She loves dogs. How many dogs do you have? Three dogs at her house. And she also loves embroidery. Professor Srinivasan Tatachari, 20 plus years of experience, and also the chair of the PGDM HR program. Professor Tatachari did his FPM from IIM Bangalore. Previously, he was working with IIM Udaipur. He has recently joined TAPME. Professor Tatachari loves nature walks, is also a very avid photographer. If you want to see the quality of his photographs, sometimes go to his Facebook page. The quality can be seen. He also loves reading, and he is a very strong technology enthusiast. So I often say, if you have to see a contrast, go to his room and go to my room. What is disarray and chaos, you will find in my room. What is arrangement and order, you will find in his room. Professor Sushant Sharma, with 5 years of experience in social sector and around 6 years of experience in academics. He did his PhD in the area of organizational systems and organizational institutional theory. Often you'll find him either jogging around the campus or he will be playing with his little daughter. Now comes Professor Vidya Pratap. She teaches OB as well as communications related courses. She is the previous chair of MIP. She is also the previous chair of alumni relations. She also was the girls hostel warden at one point of time, and one point of time she was also the PGP chair. She'll be teaching you communications related courses, and her interests are very different from all of us. She is a very avid birder. They have a nature club, and she goes for bird watching, and she has recorded a lot of birds, sighting of a lot of birds, which we didn't even know about. And she is a very avid gymmer. She runs marathons. Lastly, it's me. Nothing much to say, 20 plus years of experience. I'll be teaching you HR related courses mostly. So this is the short introduction to our area. Once again, we welcome all of you. Particularly, we welcome the HR batch, which is the first batch for us. So people who are teaching HR subjects, they are here. Professor Sudeep Kumar is also the chairperson of the hostel committee. He teaches legal courses, law-related courses, and he is a very avid badminton player. Every morning you will find him going, very early morning he'll go for playing badminton, come back, and then he'll, on time of course, he'll be in office. He has a very interesting sense of humor. When he speaks to you about the hostels, you will realize that. Okay. So, short and sweet, this is our area. We have co-opted some people, thanks to all of them for coming here. As I said, a very warm welcome to all the people who have joined, and in particularly the HR people. Just look at us. We are going to be there with you for the next 2 years. Like us, hate us, you can't ignore us. It's an arranged marriage, you can't do anything about it now, okay? Fine. So, once again, a very warm welcome. Thanks.
Thank you, sir.
So we now just have one area left, but let me make things a little difficult for you. So speaking about HR and interviews, one of the most common questions we are asked is, what are your strengths, what are your weaknesses? So SWOT analysis is one of the most powerful tools for any organization or any individuals, I say. So what do you think, under which area of management does SWOT analysis feature in? Strategy, correct. So let me welcome Professor Amit Srivatsava, who is the area chair for strategy.
Good afternoon. You have seen a lot of great faculty members from different areas. But basically they were talking about, they were people who deal with the functions. And we are the people who deal with the firm. If you ever want to have holistic understanding of a firm or organization, you have to come to us. Can I invite all the strategy faculty members to be on this stage so that we can do the introduction? Quality is always small in numbers. We don't believe in quantity. You are the quality people. I'll go alphabetical. The first faculty member is Professor Dayashankar Maurya. He is a trained doctor. He is Masters in Public Policy and PhD in Public Policy from National University of Singapore. He published a lot in international journals. Also, he published in popular magazines. He's the consultant for different NGOs, foundations. He is also consulting different organizations on health-related issues. He teaches courses like health policy, health economics and financing, health systems, public policy for managers. He got Best Research Paper Award at the Doctoral Colloquium at Indian Institute of Management, Ahmedabad. Next is Professor Ishwar. Ishwar has more than 15 years of experience. He was associated with United Nations. And he dealt with different systems and sister bodies of the United Nations. He was the consultant to different PSUs, private organizations, international companies. He's the leader in terms of bringing the United Nations Charter in the program architect of TAPME. He teaches courses of strategic management, strategy simulation. He's also going to teach in first term this year. He has introduced a course called Sustainability, Responsibility and Business Ethics for Managers, something like that. Yeah. So next is Professor Kaustubh Saha. Professor Kaustubh Saha is FPM from IIM Ranchi. He did PhD. He did his PhD in the area of entrepreneurship. He's going to teach. He recently joined the TAPME, and he's going to teach courses around entrepreneurship, new venture management, and there is something named Shark Tank. You are going to deal with it, which is going to come in 6th term. I'm not very sure about the course, but name seems very interesting. He presented his papers at top-notch conferences, including the Strategic Management Society Conference, Academy of Management Conferences, and so on. Next is Professor Muneza Kagzi. Professor Muneza Kagzi recently joined the institute. She is FPM from IIM Rohtak. She is working in the area of role of board, strategic role of board, and also the entrepreneurship. She's going to teach courses around strategic management and small business strategy. Her research interest is in the area of diversity in corporate board, strategic orientation, as well as corporate finance, corporate governance. Next is Preeti Tiwari. She did her PhD in the area of social entrepreneurship. She is going to teach courses around entrepreneurship. She has presented her work in international platforms, including Academy of Management, Academy of Entrepreneurship and Innovation. She has won the award for best paper, I think, in Academy of Innovation and Entrepreneurship Conference at the University of Sydney. Next is Professor Sudeep Kumar. Professor Sudeep has more than 11 years of experience. He is MBA from Cochin University of Science and Technology. He has worked for more than 20 years in insurance industry. Before coming to TAPME, he had a small tenure in BIMTech, Delhi. He teaches courses, entrepreneurship, enterprise risk management, insurance management, health insurance. He is also writing popular articles. He has also participated in ISB Hyderabad conference, AACSB conferences. And last, me, Amish Srivastava, I did my PhD from IIT Delhi in the area of strategy execution. I work on the area of inter-organizational relationship in terms of the governance of the alliance. I publish paper in some of the journals. I am the associate editor of Global Journal of Flexible Systems Management. I have also presented my work in Strategic Management Society conferences. I teach strategic management, strategy simulation, and strategic innovation management. And as I said, somebody was talking about integration and capstone. As I said, strategy people are the people who integrate everything ultimately. And that's why we start with term 3, so that you learn everything in term 1 and term 2, and we have a sort of capstone course in first year, at the end of the first year, which is strategic management, and at the end of the 2 year, we have a kind of capstone course which captures everything, and we run that course, capstone strategy simulation course. So this is from the strategy area. In terms of energy, we are younger than you. In terms of wisdom, we are older than you. Please come to us, discuss with us. If you really want to understand, and everybody is talking about the leadership. Believe me, how good leadership trait you have, how good interaction with follower you have, you cannot reach to the top unless you understand firm as a firm. And if you really want to become a leader, reach top to the firm, you have to understand strategy, have firm level understanding, and that's where we can help you a lot. Thank you very much. Have a good time at TAPME.
Thank you, sir.
Now that you all are well acquainted with all the departments of TAPME, let's move on to one of the flagship programs of TAPME, the PGTM Banking and Financial Services Program. To elaborate more about this very successful program, I now invite Professor Meera Arhana. She is the chairperson of PGTM BKFS.
Good evening and a warm welcome to TAPME. Today Malya's around. Banking is making news for all the wrong reasons. But believe me, it has never been like this and never will be. Things will settle down, and I'm sure that by the time you pass out in the year 2020, everything would have been settled and banking will be back on track. Now let me introduce the course to you. I know that there are 42 of you who are interested in this course as of now, and this may be of interest to you, but nevertheless, I request all the others to listen in too. The PGDM BKFS program was started in 2014, that is 2014, and it offers a full 2-year residential post program. It focuses on fast-growing banking and financial services industry and is built on a unique curriculum structured around the CFA curriculum and integrated with Bloomberg. You heard our director say we never teach at TAPME. At TAPME, it is an experience for life. And this is what this course actually provides you with all that Bloomberg experience, the CFA experience, etc. Aided by the state-of-art finance lab, one of its kind across India, with 16 Bloomberg terminals and 7 Reuters terminals, this course enables the students to pursue a managerial career in the area of banking and financial services, offering them hands-on experience in investments and portfolio management, forecasting, risk management, and helps them in understanding the global financial markets. TAPME actively encourages participants of the BKFS program to pursue the CFA certification and offers guidance and scholarships for the same. We want each and every one of you to join this CFA program, and by the time you leave, at least complete level 2 of the course. In addition to the evaluation process, like term exams, quizzes, and tests, students will undergo a viva voce at the end of every term, which will test them on conceptual knowledge and oral communication skills. The BKFS course is spread across 6 tri-semesters. The core courses are taught in the 3 terms of the first year. They provide knowledge and understanding of the theoretical concepts of this field. The BKFS program is fully committed to creating industry-relevant graduates and tomorrow's business leaders. Therefore, in between the 2 years of training, the students will undergo training in banking operations for 4 weeks at the State Bank of India Training Center and the BSc Institute, Bombay Stock Exchange Training Institute. That will help the students to integrate classroom teaching with best industry practices. TAPME has a management in practice, that is MIP program. During this period of close to 2 months, students will work on live projects under the expert guidance of industry and faculty mentors. This will help students to select the career path and secure their jobs through pre-placement offers. The BKFS program follows a stream-based curriculum in the 2nd year, where students can opt for either the banking or the capital market stream for specialization. They will take an informed decision only after undergoing training at the training colleges of SBI and BSc, which exposes them to the nuances of both the sectors. Having taken this decision, they will then come back and pursue the area of their choice, the banking stream or the capital market stream. While some courses on general topics are common to both the streams, the students in the banking stream will additionally cover areas like risk management in banks, international trade finance, rural banking, microfinance and retail banking, insolvency and bankruptcy code, etc., while the students in the capital market stream will train on topics such as advanced derivatives using Bloomberg, financial engineering and structured finance, mergers and acquisitions, behavioral finance, private equity and venture capital, etc. The MIP program of 2 months, along with the training program of close to a month at SBI and BSc, will expose the students to all the nuances of banking and financial sector and mentor them to take high-profile positions in that sector. True to the commitment of experiential learning at TAPME, the BKFS program provides one-of-a-kind course in India, the Student Managed Investment course, the SMIC, which is actually taught by our director, and in which students are provided with seed capital, which they will have to invest in real markets. The students take investment decisions in BSc or NSE listed companies, and at the end of the course, defend their decisions before a panel of senior industry experts. The objective of SMIC is to help students gather a deeper understanding of the financial markets and the corporate world better than their peers. Right from the second term to the sixth term, the students will also work on a master thesis that provides them an opportunity to acquire first-hand experience in applied research in finance under the supervision of an experienced faculty. The thesis carries 6 credits, and the final grade is based on the thesis and the viva voce examination. The student is encouraged to disseminate the findings at reputed conferences or through publications in peer-reviewed journals. The placement season at TAPME sees an overwhelming response from companies offering profiles spanning across various functions such as banking and financial sector, consulting, general management strategy, sales, marketing, and operations, and all these areas are open even to the BKFS cohort. TAPME believes that the holistic approach of this program should bring out the best in students through continuous evaluation, insistence of frequent and high-quality output. The key drivers are the faculty, the curriculum, and the process that we follow. We are always there to help and support you. Feel free to come and ask any questions that you have, and we will be there to clarify your doubts. Thank you.
Speaking about the programs offered by TAPME, this time around we have a new family member, and that is PGDM HRM. To elaborate more on this, I would like to invite Professor Srinivasan Tatachari, Chairperson, PGDM Human Resource Program.
I'd like to congratulate all the PGP once again for getting selected and joining TAPME. Welcome on board. This slide session is basically for the PGDM HR students, but that does not mean that the others switch off, because one thing is that you are going to be brand ambassadors of TAPME going ahead. So you need to know what programs are there in TAPME. You need to be able to engage with industry in terms of what programs TAPME is running. So I would request everyone to please pay attention to what we are doing in this program. All right. Now, for those 32 who have taken the brave decision of joining the HR program, I would like to reassure you, because this is what thought leaders say, that this is a great time to be in HR. And why is it a great time to be in HR? The business context is changing quite rapidly. Social, technological, environmental, economical, political, demographic, all these dimensions are changing so rapidly. And organizations are looking at HR people to help them understand and guide them. Similarly, we are living in a very VUCA world. Everyone heard this term VUCA? It's a very volatile, uncertain, complex, and ambiguous world, right? We are living in a world today where one president can send a tweet, 250 characters, and the entire world is in shivers. So that's the kind of world we're dealing with. Also, worldwide in the job front, there is a significant loss of employee well-being that is being seen. So the average job satisfaction across the world is at the lowest. So it's important for people in HR to be able to get these attributes back on track, right? And so it's a very key time for people to be in HR. And also very nicely, like one of our alumni I was speaking to the other day said, nowadays more and more business is wearing the HR hat, and HR is wearing the business hat, right? So HR professionals would go forward in the next couple of years to take on more and more roles which impact business decisions. They are not going to be doing the traditional HR roles of back office. They're actually going to be engaging more and more with the external world, and they would be partners in making business decisions. So you cannot have the same set of proficiencies and competencies that were there earlier to help you achieve that. And that's where our program is aiming to fill the gap. So we are looking at creating HR leaders out of you, not in the next 2 years, but setting you on the path to become HR leaders, right, who will be strategic business partners, decision makers in whichever company or whichever area you're in, right? That's the goal of the program. Now, to set that motion rolling, we have a curriculum that is designed based on 4 strands. So we have woven together 4 strands to bring you the competencies that you would require to achieve the goal. We are looking at the behavioral discipline, where individual, team, and leadership-related skills and courses will be taught. We are looking at the core HRM discipline, so there will be functional areas within HR which are going to be covered, as well as strategic HR. We are also looking at the institutional discipline, which is about employee relations, and industry relations, labor law, etc., which also is important given you might be in any of those kind of industrial setups. And lastly, and importantly, like I said, business and HR are no longer like, separate. They are actually going to be intertwined. So there will be business and functional knowledge that will be imparted. Like Professor Vish mentioned in the morning, the business is sprinkled all across the 2 years of your program. All right, this is at a brief snapshot as to what we are doing, what is the thought process that had gone behind creating this program structure. I'm not going to go into details of the curriculum. You have the handbook with you, and we will be interacting with you on a regular basis to help you understand what the program structure is. But I wanted to highlight to everyone here about what are the things we're doing different or trying to do different with this new program that we're starting. So very quickly, we have the SHRM part, we have skill building part, we have the exposure to the industry part, and we have the TACME advantage and the advantage of newness. I'll very quickly run you through each of these sets. Now, this is a very key element of this program. So we want to be able to create those HR leaders that we are aiming to hoping to create. The SHRM is going to be a good platform for us to start with. As all of you have done research on what this is about, it's basically a globally recognized certification from one of the largest associations of HR professionals. So SHRM does a yearly research on what the industry is doing, what's happening in the industry, and they also look at what knowledge and skill sets HR professionals of the current time should have. Now, based on that, we engaged with them, and we are the first college to actually have engaged with them to co-design courses for our MBA program, right? So this is the first college in India that has a co-designed set of courses from SHRM. Now, by virtue of that, all of the students in the PGDM HR are eligible to take part in the student part as a student, and they are allowed to take the examination for the certified professional. So you will be taking the exam in the end of the first year, as was mentioned earlier, and we would be providing all the support that is required towards preparation of that examination, but the onus is going to lie on you to clear the examination. In terms of skill building, beyond the regular courses that are there, we also have faculty-guided research, which also is somewhat mandated through the SHRM process. So you would be spending a good deal of time in the first year across the 3 terms to work on a research project with a faculty who will be assigned to you. So there'll be intensive work that happens in the first year, starting from term 1 itself. Beyond that, we're also looking at skill building through multiple workshops across the 2 years. And there are also opportunities for certifications in a couple of these areas. So we have certification in competency building and compensation through external agencies. We have workshops on a variety of areas, HR audit, tax planning, appreciative inquiry, emotional intelligence, etc. So there are enough and more opportunities that will be given for skill building. I think as many of our colleagues have already mentioned, exposure to industry is a very significant aspect of being an MBA who can be industry relevant. And for the HR program, what we have done is a combination of different things that would make this exposure much more relevant, much more intense. So one is we are going to be engaging with a lot of our alumni. So as the director mentioned, we have lots of people who are in senior leadership positions who are alumni of TAPME. Similarly, we have a lot of CHROs who are also alumni of TAPME. So we are going to engage with these alumni on a regular basis. We're also going to engage through our vast connections with the industry to get industry leaders in HR and have regular interactions. So that's going to be a regular event that will happen for the PGDM HR. We're also looking at some students attending conferences in HR. Some part of the research which is worked in the first year can be presented in some of these conferences as well. One big change that we're looking at this year is an extended exposure through the MIP, or what is also known as the internship in the summer. So instead of the regular 8 to 9 weeks that students go through for the summer internship, we are looking at a maximum of 3.5 months, roughly 14 weeks of internship. Now this is something that we have engaged with the industry and discussed, and we have got a feedback that that's something that they would actually like to have. So that's one thing that we have changed, and we also, one part which is not mentioned here is an advisory board. So we have some of the senior HR leaders from the industry and some of our senior HR alumni who are on board, and we also have them guiding us towards exposure to the world of practice. All right? So these are the combinations that will work towards exposing you more and more to the world of practice. I think you have heard enough about what TAPME is about. So this program is not starting from scratch. It is not starting from ground. It's actually starting from a big launch pad of a giant, which is TAPME. So we start with all the advantages that TAPME has to offer. Right? So be it the legacy of 34 years, be it the systems and processes in place, be it the innovative mindset in place, be it the leadership assessment and development center, which will convert you from transactional to transformational leaders. We have all of that available to the PGDM HR folks as well, right? So that's the launch pad that we are going to start this program from. Right, now this is the important part. We are all pioneers here in this room. One, because you guys have decided to join the PGDM HR, which is, for the first time being launched here in TAPME. And from our side, from the institute side, this is a program that we're launching for the first time. So, from both sides, we are actually pioneers. So there is a set of advantages that comes along with being a pioneer, in the sense that given the innovative nature of the institute, we also have a lot of support and freedom to try out different things. And that's what you see as in the previous slides. Those are the effects of those support and innovative endeavors, right? Beyond that, we also obviously have a lot of enthusiasm because it's something we're starting new. You saw the set of HR faculty who will be there for you in terms of support. So there's a lot of enthusiasm and excitement about starting this program. All right, the most important slide is the last slide. The flip side of being new is that there are going to be challenges, right? So one thing that I wanted to sort of leave with, especially the PGDM HR folks, but I think this applies to everyone who's sitting in this room, is that, and it's been reiterated multiple times, right from the guest speaker, right? So I think it's good to reinforce and reiterate some of these things. So a lot of thought, a lot of intellectual debate, discussion, engagement with industry has happened towards designing this program, all right? So it's not like it is just put in front of you. So one thing we request all the PGDM HR folks is to have an open mind, right? To have a mind accepting that there are these structures and systems and curriculum that have been put with certain interest or agenda in mind, and to appreciate that. So you need an open mind and not be closed when you come into the program saying that, why is this like this? Because you will see differences between this program and the other programs that are running parallelly in TAPME, right? So if you want to start comparing, you might end up with issues. So my sincere request is to keep an open mind. Wherever you have any kind of doubts, please reach out to me or to my HR colleagues to be able to clarify why we are doing certain things the way we are doing, all right? Perseverance. Now, beyond whatever we have planned, it's obvious that no one can be perfect. So there could be, minor glitches or challenges that come our way. And like we know with the VUCA world, things are changing very fast, very rapidly. It's very volatile. Someone plans a presentation for half an hour but has to finish it in 5 minutes. Those are the kind of